Snetterton in Norfolk, the former World War II airfield, the venue for the final race weekend of the Mini Challenge 2017, with the Open and the Pro-Am classes in action. We start with Open, where Ben Dimmock leads the field 62 points ahead of Rob Austin, and for the Championship Challenger, it's a very straightforward deal. The plan isn't that difficult.
I've got to attack. It's as simple as that. I need to get maximum points. I hope that he has an unfortunate one in one of the races. That would help. But we've been so clean with each other all year. It's been a pleasure to race with him, to be honest. He's been a bit quick on occasions and vice versa. But who knows? Anything can happen in this game, and I'm hoping that will today. It's a good circuit. I prefer perhaps the shorter circuit, if I'm honest. But it seemed to be going all right. So I'm hoping that we can do quite well today.
Let's head into the final day of the season. Based on the results of the first race of the weekend, Jono Davis on pole position, car number 121, grey being the new black in open class. Another grey car alongside, Aaron Reeve then. Our class leader in terms of points, Ben Dimmock, ahead of his closest rival, Rob Austin, the white number 24 car on the left of your screen. So the challenger and the leader on the second row of the grid. Good start from Ben Dimmock, but not a good getaway from Rob Austin. Now, can Dimmock slot in? He's getting in front of Jono Davis, but I think that Aaron Reeve will have the lead into the first corner. Rob Austin on the outside of the 53 car of Neil Clark. There is Clark. Well, he'll have the inside line for the right-hand hairpin named after Justin Wilson. Long run around the outside might work though for Rob Austin. He's pushing hard. Next corner is the left at Palmer, so he should be able to get through. Keith Owen there on the back row of the grid. And there is your race leader, Aaron Reeve. Second place, Ben Dimmock. Third, Jono Davis. Fourth is Rob Austin. As he told us before the start of the racing, he's only got one thing to do, and that is finish in front of Ben Dimmock. Points are useful, but only if you score more than your rival. The rest of the field sweeping through. Number 26 there, Andy Montgomery in the black and yellow machine. 111 Neil Ginley behind him. Here is the battle for second place. Ben Dimmock in the blue car in second, and Jono Davis in third. He could help Rob Austin here if he gets by. But actually he's more interested, I think, in helping himself by getting by. Of course, the other factor here is, for somebody like Jono Davis, you know the guy in front is trying to win the title and you're not. And so there is that slight little worry that you've just got to be a bit extra cautious. On board with Ben Dimmock down the long Bentley straight, sweeping into what was the S's, now named after Martin Brundle, former British Formula 3 racer and Grand Prix driver, and Nelson Piquet, the three-time Formula 1 world champion. Through the bomb hole they go, and then sweeping around the long, fast, never-ending Coram curve, and that's where a front-wheel drive car's tyres really like to give up the ghost. Well, it wasn't a great start from Rob Austin. Was it a little ambitious from the right-hand side of row 2, Ben Dimmock? He certainly got away very quickly. Rob Austin out-dragged by Neil Clark down into Ritchie's the first turn. As Ben Dimmock, his rival, moved up into second place, he was shuffled briefly down to fifth. Ben Dimmock did make a really good getaway, got the car nicely hooked up, sharply through the gears. Absolutely critical part of any racing driver's armoury, funnily enough, is being able to start well. Qualifying is all well and good, but if you blow the start, what's the point? Ben Dimmock then between the two grey cars of leader Aaron Reeve and third place man Jono Davis. Up to Hamilton, the left-hander, and trying to maintain momentum here using the concrete runoff strip. Doesn't do much to settle the car, but again, cutting the corner on the inside and sweeping around towards the Bentley straight. An opportunity to get in the slipstream, using a lot of road though, Ben Dimmock. You can see the leader, Aaron Reeve, not so much, but is still staying in front. So Dimmock maybe just overdriving it a fraction. Look at the speedo creeping way up towards 120 miles an hour in these open class minis. Rob Austin not making much progress in 4th position, the white car at the tail of the shot. Jono Davis in 3rd, not looking like he's got much to offer to Ben Dimmock, I'm afraid. Opening couple of laps, he was quite close behind. So unless Ben Dimmock really overuses his tyres, Jono Davis might be in a bit of a tracking role for another few laps. Very easy to overdrive a front-wheel drive car's tyres. They don't really like doing all the work in one go, and so the more you can separate that out, the better it is. Leader Aaron Reeve, nice smooth style, keeping him comfortably in front of Ben Dimmock. For Dimmock, this is important. Another strong point score, and that means that he can drop a weaker one, so that helps keep his head in front in the race to be the class winner. Jono Davis off the hairpin, not able to close at all. He's not losing any ground, he's not closing either. I wonder whether he's just focused a little too much on what Ben Dimmock is doing. Maybe Dimmock's rear wing is giving him a little bit of an advantage in the quicker stuff. Down to the hairpin, named after multiple world champion Giacomo Agostini, one of the all-time great two-wheeled legends. Four-wheel racing has the Fangios. Ago is every much a deity, every bit as much a deity in two-wheeled circles as Fangio and Moss are in four-wheel ones. Again, Jono Davis closing in a little. Not quite close enough to have a lunge. Only takes one little error for Ben Dimmock to make that happen. Further back, Andy Montgomery, currently lying in 7th place. Tim Bill behind him. Gap between them just a little over a second and a quarter. Bill needs to try and find a way to close in. It's very similar really to Jono Davis trying to attack Ben Dimmock. Getting within spitting distance isn't quite enough. You've got to be really attached to the exhaust pipe of the car in front if you're going to be able to make a move. For the leading car like Andy Montgomery here, it's just critical not to make a mistake and give away your position. Last lap of the race, penultimate race of the series, and victory will go to Aaron Reeve. Ben Dimmock giving chase but not able to catch him. So Aaron Reeve, who started from 2nd on the grid, takes the win. There's Ben Dimmock in 2nd and Jono Davis in 3rd position. Well, a vital result for Ben Dimmock, and that is the class winner's title, signed, sealed and delivered. No matter what happens in the final race, Rob Austin cannot catch him. Rob Austin in 4th position off the podium, which is topped by race winner Aaron Reeve.
It was obviously had a bit of an issue yesterday. Done some setup changes during the car during the night, and just really pulled everything in. Car was just faultless.
Thank you. Really good year.
Excellent.
We'll have a good race next one.
We've been crowned the champion this year, which is brilliant. First year in minis, and yeah, to come and get the win first year, it's a great achievement. I'm really pleased. Team's done a great job. Can't thank SSR enough for, they've been brilliant. So yeah, great stuff.
We struggled. I think we got the slower car this weekend. We've been struggling a little bit with understeer, and we just got a little bit more or less torque mid-range, so it's quite difficult to keep up with him. And then yeah, I was just pushing so hard, kept running out of circuit trying to keep up, and then yeah, got a little bit of a penalty, so backed off and let him win the championship. I knew he was in it for it, so I didn't want to try anything too risky.
Ben Dimmock, the class title winner. Final race of the Mini Challenge for 2017 for the open class. Rob Austin due to be on pole but not on the grid, so it's Jono Davis that leads the field away, and immediately a battle ensues as Ben Dimmock sweeps into lead. Jono Davis holding off fellow outside starter Aaron Reeve. Reeve from 4th on the grid, trying to work his way past, gets by Jono Davis and sets off in hot pursuit of Ben Dimmock. So Dimmock with the class title, and Aaron Reeve looking to win the final race of the year as Jono Davis retires to the pits with a mechanical issue. And that is soon the problem, as Ben Dimmock looks down inside the cockpit, struggling to find gears. Aaron Reeve sweeps by into the lead and claims the last win of the season. Well, Ben Dimmock manages to work it around to the line in second. Neil Clark finishing in third, just ahead of Chloe Hewitt. But the last win of the year goes to Aaron Reeve.
Really, really good race. Me and Ben just had such a great laugh. It was really good. I just spoke to Ben. Unfortunately, he lost third gear, but I had gone on the inside of him, and yeah, it's just really, really good, enjoyable race.
Great weekend at Snetterton for Aaron Reeve. Moves him from 7th up to 5th in the point standings. Third is Andy Montgomery. In the runner-up spot, Rob Austin. But the class winner confirmed as Ben Dimmock. Final day of the mini challenge season, and the class winners to be decided in the Coopers, in the Pro and in the Am categories here at Snetterton. In the Pros, Matt Hammond has the lead on drop scores from Jessica Hawkins and Sam Weller, and Stuart McLaren cantering away in the Am category. The Pros, though, is definitely going to be a tight tussle, as it has been all year.
It's been a fantastic season, to be honest. A lot of good racing with the rest of the mini crew, so yeah. Last race today, a bit sad, but then again, being at the front is also a good thing. So yeah, it's fantastic. I've been asked a lot what's the game plan over the weekend, but I'm not really thinking about it. Just see what happens in the race, really. If you make a slight hesitation or something, you've got 5 cars on you. So these are all about momentum and keeping the speed up. So yeah, it'll just be doing the same what I've been doing the rest of the season, really.
Jess Hawkins is chasing, so what's the strategy for the weekend?
I don't think we can plan. I think we just got to go with it. You know, I think every time we've tried to make a plan, it's not really worked out in our favour. But just got to go with it. You know, I've got to separate me and Matt by a lot for me to win. I'll just go with it and see how it goes. We won here at the beginning of the year, and we were strong yesterday in the race. We got the lap record in the race yesterday in P2. So another one of those, but one step better would be nice.
Leader of the class title race in the AMs is Stuart McLaren.
You know, I'm going to go out there and make it entertaining. I want to win still. I want to finish on a high. It'd be great. I just got to keep it nice and clean, stay on the tarmac and finish the races, really. You know, it's always going to be a close battle. I'm still going to try and win. But, you know, I do need to look after the championship and make sure I grab that today. I'm going to go full on to start with, and then we'll see where we are. I'm not going to fight too hard because I don't want any trouble today. It will be close. It will be a battle out there, but hoping to stay safe and nab the championship.
Race 1 winner Sam Weller on pole position for race 2. Jessica Hawkins a vital second place on the grid after second in the opening encounter, and she tucks in just in front of Matt Hammond at the first corner. Jess then made a move to get around Martin Poole, who counter-attacked, resulting in contact that bounced her up in the air. The leader, Sam Weller, was clearing away. Martin Poole up into second. Matt Hammond having a lunge at the hairpin, didn't get through. Good battle for third in the AM class. Del Jameson holding off Gary Papworth. Ill-timed move by Richard Newman on Simon Walton didn't pay off for either of them. Newman subsequently pulling off with broken steering. Victory went to Sam Weller by a country mile. With Martin Poole in second, Jess Hawkins in third, and Stuart McLaren claimed the AM win yet again. Andy Godfrey and Chris Middleton completed the AM podium behind Stuart McLaren. Jessica Hawkins just beating Matt Hammond into third. One race left to decide the title. Top 5 from race 2 reversed for the grid of race 3. Ethan Pitt on pole ahead of the similar red car of Matt Hammond, the points leader. Jess Hawkins, his rival, lying third on the grid with Martin Poole and race 1 winner Sam Weller 4th and 5th. Ready to go on board with Matt Hammond. Needs another good clean start, and he gets one little slow away from third on the grid for Jess Hawkins in the blue car. She'll have a good run down to the inside line for the first corner. Red cars side by side. Ethan Pitt, 23, being just about at drag by Matt Hammond, who takes the wide line into the first corner. So too does 49, the grey and orange car of Martin Poole. And And he's back in front of Jess Hawkins. Hawkins looking down the inside of Ethan Pitt, can't get through. Matt Hammond with the lead. Hawkins needs to win this one and have all her rivals shuffle Matt Hammond further down the order if she is to become the class winner in the pro category for the Coopers. Fourth place in the first lap. Right behind her is race one winner Sam Weller in the grey camo car, similar colours to Stuart McLaren, who is leading the AM contingent. Matt Hammond with the lead as they get to the hairpin at Agostini's. Everybody safely through this time. They are. Darren Chat, 98, chasing Robert Butler. Neither of them finished the first race of the day. The blue car of Jessica Hawkins trying to find a way round Martin Poole. It all get a bit bumpy and boring in the first race of the day, but right behind her, car number 6, Sam Weller, looks to have a little bit more pace. She is being forced onto the defensive when she needs to be moving forward. Stuart McLaren started 5th in the reverse grid in the AMS and almost came to grief with the spinning number 46 car for Andy Godfrey. Take a look at this. Go left, no, go right, no. Oh, just got away with that and didn't get shunted from behind. The pole sitter, Dale Jameson, was soon passed by Chris Middleton, who'd moved up from 4th on the grid. Stuart McLaren also making good progress once his heart rate had come back down a little. Behind him, Gary Papworth, who started in 4th place. 54 car of Adrian Norman trying to cling on to the lead group. A little bit of wild oversteer from Chris Middleton mid-corner. Gave the turquoise car of Dale Jameson a chance to close back in. But as ever, Stuart McLaren hunting them down from the back. Matt Hammond narrowly leading from Ethan Pitt. 3rd place, 49, Martin Poole. In 4th position, Sam Weller, having got by Jessica Hawkins. Hawkins still bearing the novice's cross. She's so new at this motor racing game. In 5th position. Change for the lead. Good lunge from Ethan Pitt, the pole man, to go inside Matt Hammond. Hammond bearing in mind he does really need a finish here to guarantee the class winner's title. And although the door was only open a fraction, once Ethan Pitt got his foot in, take a look again with Hammond. Got up to the apex, but then you saw him open the steering a little as he saw in the mirrors that Ethan Pitt wasn't taking no for an answer, coming down the inside. So Ethan Pitt, the leader from Matt Hammond. Sam Weller in 3rd place as he too got by Martin Poole. Jessica Hawkins struggling to find the pace to get in front of this battle. She's had a really strong season, 4 victories already, and she's had no DNFs. Unlike her points-leading rival Matt Hammond, who's had 7 wins, so stacking up the points, but some of the scores he drops will be zeros from DNFs. And that's perhaps a little bit of the cut and thrust of such a close racing series. But you've got to say, as a rookie, Jessica Hawkins, finishing all the races right up until the final one of the year, has done an exceptional job, and that all helps keep the cost down as well. Race 1 winner Sam Weller in the grey car. He's got a run going. He's got by Matt Hammond now, challenging Ethan Pitt for the lead. Down into the SS, late braking, just on a little bit of dust there, clearing up some oil from earlier. Matt Hammond moves through into 2nd as Weller takes the lead. And Ethan Pitt squeezes back in front of 49 Martin Poole to hang on to 3rd place. Looks as though Matt Hammond's thrown a lasso around Sam Weller's car going with him. Change for the lead as well. The similarly liveried grey car of Stuart McLaren now in front of Chris Middleton in the AMS, and here's how. Again, sweeping around the outside in the S's and grabbing the lead in approved Snetterton style. Well, that's an absolutely classic move. There is Sam Weller, challenge for 2nd place now, as Ethan Pitt has slipped down to 5th behind Jessica Hawkins and Martin Poole. And Poole having a go at the 2nd place man, Matt Hammond. So for Jessica Hawkins, if Poole and Hammond come to grief here, which is not necessarily to be advised, then that might play well for her. Whether it'll be quite enough or not remains to be seen. She knew coming in she needed a really good weekend. She's driven superbly as the battle changes in front. Martin Poole up to 2nd, Matt Hammond down to 3rd. Well, Sam Weller won race 2, the first of the day, from Martin Poole. Jessica Hawkins was then in front of Matt Hammond. Can she do the same again? She knows that she had the pace to get by him last time, closing in on the group in front. Nice smooth style as well, and that's what helps bring her up towards them. And there is that battle for third place. Matt Hammond, Triple Eight ahead of the blue car of Jessica Hawkins. And here's where Hammond lost second place to Martin Poole. Final lap of the race, final lap of the season, and Sam Weller holding off Martin Poole into the final corner at Murray's. Poole has a late last lap lunge, but it doesn't work. Sam Weller anticipated that, kept the momentum up as he drifted out a little wide, and he will take the final win of the year from Martin Poole. Matt Hammond, Jessica Hawkins, and Ethan Pitt, that top five across the line as one. But it is victory again for Sam Weller here in Snetterton. And Stuart McLaren does the job as well in the AM class. He would have been the class winner if he hadn't shown up, but he shows his supremacy once more. Victory ahead of Chris Middleton and Gary Papworth. And 4 seconds covering the top three there in the AM category. Stuart McLaren comes out as the class winner in the Coopers AMs. And Matt Hammond, third place, was enough, and he is the class winner in the pros. Confirmation of the result then in the AM category. Gary Papworth on the podium for the final time of the year. So is Chris Middleton in second, but Stuart McLaren the winner. Matt Hammond and Martin Poole followed Sam Weller across the line. He's delighted with another win to round out the season. And the emotions come flooding out of our class winner, Matt Hammond.
Oh, it's mad. I haven't got the money to race. Accelerate have been fantastic. They've helped me out. Doing as much work as I can. I haven't had a day off the whole year. Just been spent on the car in and around motorsport just to get me out on the track. I got Rookie of the Year in 2014. Had 2 years out and then back to this. To win the championship is it's more than I could have. I don't know what to say. It's mint. I love it.
It wasn't easy. That was hard fought, and with a spin in the first corner, I almost T-boned. I lost a lot of time there. Managed to make it back up. Did some very brave moves down under the bridge. It was good fun, but hard fought. I'm absolutely shattered.
Andy Godfrey and Chris Middleton chased Stuart McLaren to the AM class winners title, and in the pros, third place for Sam Weller, Jessica Hawkins second, but our class winner is Matt Hammond. Congratulations to all our class winners in the 2017 Mini Challenge. We'll be back next year to do it all again.